Namaste friends. In the last video, we understood the concept of carrying capacity. Let's go ahead in this essential concepts of sustainability series and understand ecological footprint, its significance and origin. What is ecological footprint? We know the impression left by a foot or shoe on the ground or a surface. That's the footprint. Only issue is what additional meaning the term ecological is adding to it. Ecological footprint analysis measures the aggregate land area required for a given population to exist in a sustainable manner. The idea was conceived in 1990s by Mathis Wackernagle and William Rees at the University of British Columbia. The ecological footprint launched the broader footprint movement, which is nowadays widely used in sustainability studies. The ecological footprint is a measure of the demand human activities put on the biosphere. More precisely, it measures the amount of biological productive land and water area required to produce all the resources an individual, population or activity consumes, and to absorb the waste they generate, given existing technology and resource management practices. Activities can be as simple as eating, breathing, traveling, to complex as mining, incineration, and toxic chemicals usage. What is unit of ecological footprint? Footprint is measured in hectares, denoted by small ha. As we can imagine, our actual footprint means area covered with our foot while standing has to be measured in square centimeter or square meters, as it's an area. In the same manner, we measure ecological footprint in square meters, and the unit preferably used is hectares. How big is 1 hectare? The word hectare is made up of hect and air. Hect means 100. It's from the same root our 100 is derived. And air means 100 square meter area, means 10 by 10 meters. So hectare means 10,000 square meters. You can imagine a cropland of 100 by 100 meters dimension. And how big is it? 1 hectare generally on an average can occupy a space of 1.25 football fields. It equals to 2.47 acres of land, and there are 100 hectares in 1 square kilometer. Ecological footprint is calculated in hectares, and we call it as global hectares, GHA. Why do we need ecological footprint? In most of our approaches, we often only talk about depletion of non-renewables, such as fossil fuel and minerals. But there is one more essential thing to consider. This is not only an extraction issue, but deposition issue as well. Our use of fossil fuel must have as a compensatory sink the acres of land required to sequester the carbon from our combustion of fossil fuels and other wastages. Means, in simple terms, we are harming the environment in 2 ways. First, by extraction of more resources beyond limits, and second, by depositing more waste than the Earth's capacity to handle it. How much global hectares are we consuming? What do you think? The global average is 2.75 global hectares per person. Though this number of 2.75 global hectares per person does not seem daunting, it is a lot more serious thing to worry, because this 2.75 global hectares is an average for world population. If we consider the gap in developed and developing countries, it will show that people in developed countries are using a lot more resources compared to poor nations. Let's see how. These are the top 10 countries having highest ecological footprint. One person in Qatar is using as much as 14.5 global hectares resources. And compare this with Mozambique, Rwanda or Malawi, in which one person consumes only a quarter of hectare. Global hectares or hectares would be difficult to understand and comprehend in a glance. How much earth we are consuming, right? So, for easy comprehension, Global Footprint Network has done wonderful work to convert it into Earth equivalents. How much Earth would be required to meet the global needs of humans of today's time? What do you think? According to latest updated data of 2016 from Global Footprint Network, we required 1.69 Earths to fulfill our requirements. In the 1970s, we crossed the limits of our Earth and continuously demanding more than its capacity. We have this serious issue right in the future to face. Please do check resources from Global Footprint Network and other resources given at the end of video. And finally, thank you so much for your valuable time. Please like, share and subscribe and hit bell icon to get notified of our next video. Thank you.